back many centuries ago, not long after the Bible began, Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, a fine example of a family man. Jacob and sons depended on farming to earn their keep. Jacob and sons spent all of the days in the fields with sheep. Reuben was the eldest of the children of Israel, with Simeon and Levi the next in line, Naphtali and Issachar with Asher and Dan. Zebulun and Gad took the total to 9. Jacob and sons, Benjamin and Judah, which leaves only 1. Jacob and sons, Joseph, Jacob's favorite son. Jacob and sons, Jacob and sons, Jacob and sons, Jacob and sons. Joseph, he was Jacob's favorite son. Of all the family, Joseph was the special one. So Jacob bought his son a coat, a multicolored coat to wear. Joseph's coat was elegant, the cut was fine, the tasteful style was the ultimate in good design. And this is why it caught the eye. A king would stop and stare, and when Joseph tried it on, he knew his sheepskin days were gone. Such a dazzling coat of many colors, how he loved his coat of many colors. In a class above the rest, it even went well with his vest. Such a stunning coat of many colors, how he loved his coat of many colors. It was red and yellow and green and brown and blue. Joseph's brothers weren't too pleased with what they saw.
We had never liked him all that much before, and now this coat has got our goat. We feel life is unfair.
And when Joseph graced the scene, his brothers turned a shade of green. His astounding clothing took the biscuit, quite the smoothest person in the district.
I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art. Such a dazzling coat of many colors, how I love my coat of many colors.
It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and green and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey and purple and white and pink and orange and blue. Joseph's coat annoyed his brothers,
But what makes us mad are things that Joseph tells us of, the dreams he's often had.
I dreamt that in the fields one day at corn collecting time, your 11 sheaves of corn all turned and bowed to mine. My sheaf was quite a sight to see, a golden sheaf and tall. Yours were green and second-rate, and really rather small.
This is not the kind of thing we brothers like to hear. It seems to us that Joseph and his dream should disappear.
I dreamt I saw 11 stars, the sun and moon and sky, bowing down before my star. It made me wonder why. Could it be that I was born for higher things than you? A post in someone's government, a ministry or two.
dreams are more than crystal clear. Deriving on the wall means that Joseph someday soon will rise above us all. The accuracy of the dream we brothers do not know. But one thing we are sure about, the dreamer has to go.
Next day, far from home, the brothers planned the repulsive crime.
Let us grab him now, do him in while we've got the time.
This they did and made the most of it. Tore his coat and flung him in a pit.
Let us leave him here, all alone, he's bound to die.
Then some Ishmaelites, a hairy crew, came riding by. In a flash, the brothers changed their plan.
We need cash! Let's sell him if we can!
Poor Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you, hey, what you gonna do? Poor Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you, hey, what you gonna do?
Could you use a slave, you hairy bunch of Ishmaelites? Young, strong, well-behaved, going cheap, and he reads and writes.
In a trice, the dirty deal was done. Silver coins for Jacob's favorite son. Then the Ishmaelites galloped off with a slave in tow. Home went the evil sons to break the news, let father know.
Joseph's dead!
They told their aging dad. Jacob wept, he really loved the lad. Poor Jacob, you think your son is dead. Hang your weary head, hey, you think your son is dead. Poor Joseph, sold to be a slave. Situation's grave, hey, sold to be a slave. Sold to be a slave.
Sold to be a slave. Joseph was taken to Egypt in chains and sold. Joseph was taken to Egypt in chains and sold. Where he was bought by a captain named Potiphar. Where he was bought by a captain named Potiphar.
Potiphar had very few cares. He was one of Egypt's millionaires, having made a fortune buying shares in pyramids. Potiphar had made a huge pile, earned a large percentage of the Nile, meant that he could really live in style, and he did. Joseph was an unimportant slave who found he liked his master, consequently worked much harder, even with devotion. Potiphar could see that Joseph was a cut above the average, made him leader of the household, maximum promotion. Potiphar was cool and so fine, but his wife would never toe the line. It's all there in chapter 39 of Genesis. She was beautiful but evil, saw a lot of men against his will. He would have to tell her that she still was his. Joseph's looks and handsome figure had attracted her attention. Every morning she would beckon.
Come and lie with me, love.
Joseph wanted to resist her till one day she proved too eager. Joseph cried in vain.
Please stop, I don't believe in free love.
Potiphar was counting shekels in his den below the bedroom when he heard a mighty rumpus clattering above him. Suddenly he knew that riches couldn't buy him what he wanted. Gold would never make him happy if she didn't love him. Letting out a mighty roar, Potiphar burst through the door.
Joseph, I see you rot in jail. The things you have done are beyond the pale.
Joseph, what you gonna